Hollywood. This is the end of Hollywood. This is the end. See, now I should totally be singing that because this is the downfall of Hollywood. It is.
Civil War.
Thank you, Tammy. I get all the pretty boys to do all of my thanking people for everyone. Here's another one to thank you guys for me, from me. But he says it better, and I like looking at him. And I know you. Well, we'll get to this. We'll get to this soon. We'll get to the crystal ball real soon. But here, real quick.
You guys are so amazing.
I saw the other one he's next to in person. He's a cutie too. They're adorable, aren't they? Oh, I love our team. They're so sweet. Oh, they're like little puppies, aren't they? Now, Hollywood. Hollywood has driven me back to the hockey tundra from which I have been spawned. You are welcome. You're welcome, people. Thank you, Hollywood.
The following video is brought to you through the generous support of viewers like you. If you like this content, then please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing this video. And for those who are in the position to donate, this channel thanks you. And so does this orange cat.
I'm being told it is sunny but smoky in the fiery smell in the Ottawa Valley today. My hockey harpy sense is telling me the Ottawa Senators picked up some good people to this draft season. They got some good guys. They got some good trades. Made some good trades. Are they going to do well this season? We do not know. We do not know. But I have a sense. I have an ability. And you guys know that. You guys know that in any city I am plopped into, we win the cup, our teams. And that has nothing to do with anything other than why Hollywood is going under. Hollywood, they did it to themselves, didn't they? They didn't give us nearly enough of this. Oh, there she is. And what did they give us? What did they give us? They gave us too much of, I don't know, Kibber! That's not even Hollywood. That's Canada again. Oh, that's Canada again. What's a good one that's a good example of Hollywood that I have handy that I can just... Oh, here you go.
Drop the taco. Get in the...
It's Drop the Chalupa, people. It's Drop the Chalupa. We work for tips here. Because YouTube does not want you to talk about the actual stuff, like how this is really hurting the whole eco-structure of the economy around the industry, you know. It's going to make people so can't pay the rent. Or they're not out there buying the lattes. They're not out there buying the espressos. They're not out there buying groceries. They're not buying their kids' school supplies. I mean, that too, that's happening too, you know, for people who care about that. And...
Don't give me the Star Trek crap. It's too early in the morning.
It is too early for Star Trek. They're giving us garbage in Hollywood. Do they really blame us for rejecting it?
You can't stop me. I'm a Jedi from Jakku.
Oh, do I dare? Admiral Hubris? No. We're going to cut you off because she does a swear. She says, sheer effing, you know. And that's not very Star Trek to me, is it? That's not very Star Trek to me at all. That was Star Trek also. That was something that they gave us in Star Trek. I'm not even done with Star Trek. That's also in Star Trek.
This is the power of math, people.
I get to play with my old clips and I love it and I'm having so much fun.
Please like the video if you liked it. If you didn't like it, keep your comments to yourself.
Sag-aftra. Sag-aftra. Here we go. There is no more Hollywood because Hollywood has been on decline for many, many, many years. Remember the critic when he said, if the movie blows, just don't go. I'm from that generation. Back in the day, you know, I'm from the Beavis and Butthead times. I am from the before times, before we decided that we all had to get on the internet and virtue signal about this and that, and who is morally superior to whom, based on what's a racism and an istophobia, and who's a grooming of who, and I will say, you show me a 27-year-old hockey player, and I will groom those pants off of him and his girlfriend. That is what I will groom. And now the WGA, sag-aftra, supports the America striking thing. And I'm just reading the random signs and I'm not even paying attention. SAG-AFTRA warns, acting profession may no longer be an option without transformative change in contract. And that's an exclusive. Here. There are 3 people, pretty much, executives that are so extraordinarily out of touch. So extraordinarily out of touch. That, remember when lockdowns happened and I was on the side of, hey, maybe people losing their jobs is a bad thing because that's going to hurt the economy, if they go out of work. I'm still on that side. Don't lose people's jobs by starving them out. This is what they're trying to do. They're trying to starve everybody out of they're trying to wait it out until they can't pay their rent anymore. Because you get your actors and your writers, they get this little gig work. They get maybe $80,000 to live off of for the year. And in LA, that's really not really enough to live for one person. If they're single, that's not enough to live for anybody. And if anybody's making more than that, then they're in a position to donate to this channel if they are so privileged to do so. I really, really appreciate that. Please don't feel obligated to, though. Like I said, I work for tips because YouTube doesn't want you to know this. YouTube does not want you to know this. They want you to be arguing about culture war issues. They want you to be arguing about who is not credible as talking about movies because they don't know some obscure character from some EU just who cares? That's not important to this. That's not important. Now, those are the script supervisors people, and those people, yes, you do need to really have better stories. First off, better stories. We know that. We're beyond that now. We're beyond the picking apart the little piece by piece of every little story. Except for live, when we do that for your amusement, and we're going to be doing that via Crystal Ball for the Barbie and the Oppenheimers, maybe. I don't know. We're going to be making fun of those and describing you what happens in those movies as we describe those to you as we have it from the future. We see it from the future. And because of these things, these movies are terrible. We have not been taking these movies seriously for a very long time. Since probably before Rise of Skywalker. Certainly before Last Jedi, at least for me. I had some hope, but Crystal Skull sucked, and we know it. The prequels were getting destroyed. The studios still see the fans as the same people who were crying over the prequels. Remember when Patton Oswalt and those guys were saying, hey, the prequels were awful. They destroyed my childhood, and the Brian Posehn's. They think we're the same. Because we kind of are. I mean, I'm certainly very upset that Star Trek is ruined. I'm very upset by that. That was the one I liked. That was my main one. That was my favorite. And so to see Hollywood collapse in on itself when we have told them for years and years and years, if the movie blows, just don't go. That's what the critic was for. It was telling you then in 1990 crapping one that these movies, we were getting mindless sequels and remakes then. It wasn't 91, 94, whatever. It was like 94. We were getting bad movies then. It was predicting the endless sequels of Jurassic Park before there were any. This endless franchise fatigue, this McDonaldization, you can't survive on junk food forever, and that's what Hollywood's become. Nothing but junk food and popcorn movies. Exclusively for the normies, for the mainstream, for that. And yes, there's your independent movies out there if you want to. We got that. Sure, that's not the point of this video is. That's the next video that we're going to get into. This is going to cascade and trickle down into all of the surrounding industry people. This is going to be everybody who stopped through for, a bagel on the way to work. Every hairdresser who stops for a bagel on the way to work is now not going to do her hairdressing job. Every single, those are the production people. Every single person who is on set. Every person that they're buying something from. Every person that they donate to on YouTube. That's who this affects, okay? This affects absolutely everybody. And that's why everybody is at each other's throats trying to discredit or pick apart or destroy anybody else on the internet. And I'm so trying to not care about any of it. I really don't care about content creators who have no better use of their time than to go and try and destroy my arguments or pick apart anything I say. Because I just don't have time or energy to argue with people. I really, really don't. My videos speak for themselves. If they can't watch them, I can't help them. I really can't. And I'm not somebody's babysitter to hold their hands. My viewers know to hit the subscription box because my content is suppressed. So here we go. SAG-AFTRA held an informative meeting for more than 700 people over Zoom meeting Monday afternoon. Among those who signed on were actors Lupita Nyong'o, Vanessa Kirby, Melissa McCarthy, Vanessa Hudgens, Lucy Liu, Laverne Cox, Michael Stahl. Okay, so list names. Okay, here we are. And like, this is what I said. There's 3 CEOs. This is Shannon and Swift. Real conversation that they had last night. Here you go. The executive you overheard. Now, these guys, we were talking about this in the whole stream. So if you missed some of this, I do put these for members only after the fact. Screenwriters for Send Help, Good and Bad, Undead, Christmas Carol. They did Freddy vs. Jason, Shark Tale. There you go. So the executive said the AI issue is overblown. We don't know where it's going. We should just say the script has to be written by a person. The WGA proposed that. The AMPT did too. Wouldn't agree to it. The executive says, what the F? Yep, you want the picket schedule? So, how hard would it be to say if the script is written by AI, somebody asks. The writers of a script used to train AI would get compensation. Very hard because the number of scripts that train it is so vast. It would be easier to find one very unique detail that could only come from one writer and then sue for copyright infringement. I have no doubt courts will be seeing cases like this. Much like the Anas Abdeen case with the copyright infringement there. Do you remember that? Because we couldn't prove who came from where or what, but it looked an awful lot like his thing. And like a tardigrade flying through space with these specific things. It was so similar. Remember that? And every one of these movies and scripts, we see, I'm like, we just saw this. This is literally City on the Edge of Forever. We saw City on the Edge of Forever 4 times in a row. This is why people don't pay for movies, because they go on the internet the second they're released and people describe them in reviews. They spoil them on the internet. So there's really no reason to go in and watch them. And half the time they're garbage. Nobody wants to pay $30. And we all know this. This is just beating a drum. This is beating a dead horse over and over and over again. Back to the article here. Is it this article or this one? Oh, here. How many of these? So that's the rules. The meeting was led by SAG-AFTRA National Executive Director and Chief Negotiator Duncan Crabtree, Ireland. Here we go. Oh, I thought I muted. I'm sorry. The guild shared a one sheet of talking points for participants. Among the bulleted items on revenue sharing, healthcare, and retirement, online casting platforms, AI, and the memo states, here, we're reading something. You want to read this?
Yeah.
All right. Well, get on the microphone. Here, you take the hot seat and get in and read it.
Okay, well, the guy's doing the thing.
Okay, well, then you can go and do that and close the door behind you then.
Sorry.
Not interrupt me. I'm in the middle of a live stream. I don't know why you're here. I really, really don't. It's like, do you want to read it?
Informing everyone what's going on.
They don't need to know. That's not important to the live stream. Why do they care? They're not a part of anything going on here. So, seriously. That's none of their goddamn business. Now, this is one of the problems with live streaming from home. Gee, I wish I had a studio for that. Among the bulleted items and revenue sharing, like some of the people who are actually getting the perks and the benefits of being Access Media and can't talk. This is what, remember we said, we cannot, as influencers, talk about the SAG-AFTRA strike if we are part of the Access Media. So if we have any contracts where we can talk, which I can talk about it all I want, I am not part of the Access Media. I am so suppressed that I get constantly harassed and attacked by these far right leaning, I don't even know. And conservatives are fine. Reasonable people are fine. Conservatives, liberals, libertarians, whatever. Anything. Gay, straight, who cares? The extreme on the both sides need to calm the ever-loving F down. They really, really need to calm the ever-loving F down. Because it's not about them, it's about me. Right here, it's about me. Crabtree Ireland read questions from participants in the chat, and one asking if SAG-AFTRA members should unsubscribe to struck streaming services. While there is no rule regarding subscriptions, Crabtree Ireland said that leaving a streamer is one way of showing support of the strike, sources tell Variety. There are 2 more similar Zoom meetings set for Tuesday, July 18th. All right, so we're going to get in more into that. Did I drop some of this? I think I skipped this. The guild shared a 1 sheet of talking points for participants. This is more of what we covered earlier here. Among the bulleted items, and please check out that video if you didn't, or scroll back in the stream. We talked about that. You'll see the other article up. Without a transformative change in SAG-AFTRA's current contract with the AMPT, the acting professions will no longer be an option for future generations of performers, and actors already working in the industry will need to pursue other careers in order to survive. Yeah, we're getting to the point where we have to work 2 and 3 and 4 jobs just to survive. And of course, everybody's at each other's throats. Of course, everybody. And this is why, if anybody is in the position to help support this channel, it is more important than ever dealing with all of these downfall and collapses economically is what it feels like. It feels like we're getting it from all sides, isn't it? First it was lockdowns. Now it's this. Now it's everything. And it's really easy to ignore the actual problem that's right in front of us and argue about the stupid details of stupid movies that don't actually matter. Because we know they don't matter. Movies aren't mandatory. They don't matter. They're to have fun with. And if you can't have fun with them and move on from it, then you might be in a cult, or you might be, I don't know. You might be so passionate of a fan of seeing, kids crying on screen that you can't help but just credit anybody's opinion about it. I guess that's kind of weird. I don't know. But then again, next thing you know, you'll tell me I'm not even part of the Christian audience of the movie, that I'm not allowed to tell you how it's marketed.
She's not a Christian!
No, like I said, I have a direct line to the aliens via the crystal ball. I don't know where people miss that thing. And I am an alien observer to your planet, because this is the thing. As we all know, the aliens were doing their little thingies, their little experiments, and then they invented religion and things so that we would not destroy ourselves. And too bad we because then everybody has different little interpretations and different little things, and then but that's another topic for another day. I might be 90% parody for all you know. Best to keep people guessing. That is the mystery, and that is why I'm like Valentino, aren't I? I'm like Valentino. Boop. You remember him? He got ran out of Vegas. He got ran out of Vegas for exposing all the magic tricks. So I'm kind of like him. All right, and I'm going back to my live chat. Don't you go anywhere. Where's my thing? I need like an end thingy or a something. I don't know what's a good endy something.